All right, we're good to go on YouTube. So whenever you want to, if you want to, I don't know if you want to wait for Natalie anymore or if you want to just go ahead and start. So.
Anyone send her a note just in case? Can you send her a note, AC, just in case she's
Sure.
Yeah. And we'll get going, but just send her a note just in case. I slipped her mind or something like that. Okay, I'll go ahead and call this meeting, Timberville Town Council order on December 10th, 2020. Welcome everybody. AC, I guess when you're done with sending a note to Natalie, go ahead and go through the authority to conduct meeting electronically.
Let me get this stuff. Can you all see the agenda?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so very similar to what we've read before, the meeting tonight's being conducted electronically to address essential business of the town. Authority to conduct the meeting provided through the Declaration of Local Emergency, resolution authorizing electronic public meetings, and emergency ordinance to address continuity of operations, which were originally adopted on May 26, 2020, and were effective for 6 months. And then the orders were extended at the last council meeting on November 12th, 2020, for an additional 6 months from the deadline of the original orders. Town council and town staff are participating through the Zoom conferencing platform, and the meeting is being streamed for public viewing on the Town of Timberville's YouTube channel. All notifications were sent out, and any votes taken tonight will be conducted by roll call and will be reported in the minutes.
Okay, thank you, AC. As we always do, we'll start with approval of the minutes. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes? Melinda, nice job on what was a very long and productive meeting, but I think she covered all the topics very well. Any questions for Melinda or AC on the minutes? Sorry about that. Want to close the door?
If not, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, thank you, Carl. Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, Juanita. Oh, hey, Natalie, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay, so we have a motion second to approve the minutes. Did you have any questions on the minutes, Natalie? Since you
No, I did not.
Okay. All those, we don't do all this, we gotta do a roll call. Okay, Carl.
Yes.
Bob.
Yes.
Natalie.
Yes.
Ned.
Yes.
Sharon.
Yes.
And Juanita. Okay, thank you all. Let me get my agenda back out. Treasurer's report. You've got Melinda's treasurer's report with all the items, general water, all the balances we have in our accounts. Any questions for Melinda on any of the balances? Okay, then let's move to, I got so much stuff on my desk. Let's move down to bills for payment. You have the bills came in your packet. Any questions on any of the bills? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve?
Move that we approve the payment of the bills as presented.
Okay, thank you, Ned. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you, Natalie. Any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Carl?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Natalie?
Yes.
Ned?
Yes.
Sharon?
Yes.
And Juanita?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, AC, I guess we'll move down to your report, and you can work in the planning commission vacancies and all the items that you have. So I'll turn it over to you right now, because I know we want to talk about that equipment, the workers need. So I'll turn it over to you and you can just go through your items if you don't mind.
Okay, so that's really all that I have. So let's start with that since you mentioned the trench shield. I sent that information out. Bob emailed me today and was asking about the additional quotes for our procurement policy. And Chris is working on getting additional quotes. What we would ask is for that tonight is that council would approve up to that amount that was in the quote that I'd sent out, the $7,400, I believe is what it was. Ask the council approve up to that amount for that piece of equipment based on the reasoning that I gave in that email that I sent out.
As you can see in the note that AC sent out, this is a vitally needed piece of equipment that we shouldn't have been working without. So I'm sure AC would have approved it if he had the authority, but he doesn't right now. So does anyone have any questions for AC as far as the equipment or the need for the equipment or any questions like that? Okay, then I need a motion so he can go ahead and buy this thing so our employees remain safe.
And I will say that we are going to get the 2 additional quotes. If it comes in less than the approved amount, we'll make sure that the equipment is comparable and certified and everything. And then we'll proceed from there. But
okay.
AC, did you look at that information I sent regarding OSHA regulations working in trenching?
I haven't had a chance to, I saw the email, but I haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are some items that, I deal with at work, so I just wanted to share that with you.
Right.
If it's greater than 4 feet, I think there's a requirement for ladder or stairs to so that someone inside could get in and out fairly quickly. So,
right.
And I mentioned that you might want to look at doing some training that we can document.
Yeah, and we have
so that
we have the
everyone is aware of that requirement if it's greater than the 4 feet.
Right, and we have the resources. I'm going to look at the resources we have. You mentioned something about the insurance coverage. Melinda, we were just talking with our the rep assigned to us from the insurance company, and we should be well covered on all of the liability part of that. And they have a pretty good resource library. So I'll go through that and see if there's some training modules in there that we can have our Public Works Department go through and to get educated on the OSHA.
That's something we utilize at work. It's some online training just so that we can document that our employees are those requirements under OSHA.
Right, right.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Do we have a motion? Do we have a motion? Or any other questions? I'm sorry, Ned.
What was the dollar amount that you're requesting?
It was.
Don't have it. It was like $7,400 and some odd dollars.
$7,470.81.
Okay, then I'll move that we approve up to $7,500 for the trench safety system.
Okay, Ned, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Natalie. Any further discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call. Carl.
Yes.
Bob.
Yes.
Natalie.
Yes.
Ned. I didn't hear you, Ned. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sharon
Yeah.
and Juanita.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we're good on that, AC. Let Chris get those other quotes and we'll get that on ordered. What else did you have, AC, to talk about?
I don't know if we had any much more under Public Works. We can mention about the Memorial Plaza at the American Legion Park that is coming along really nicely. I know Ned was over there on Pearl Harbor Day, and I think the main thing that's left to be done there is to get the marker put in place.
That is correct. Yeah, we brought the marker out, and apparently black marble is soft, I guess, and just mounting it directly on the stone they're worried people would stand on it. So they're gonna get with Broadway or somebody and figure out what metal they need to make something with it. You know what I mean? Get with some of the local contractors, what kind of metal we made to make basically something to raise it up so people are not inclined to stand on it. So, and after that's done, it is complete. They started putting soil down on it today, topsoil. So the guys did a great job. They really worked hard and got it done. I think it's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't seen it, drive by. You don't even have to get out of your car. You can just drive by, drive around back, turn around, and drive back out. But go ahead and check it out. I think it's a great memorial for our local veterans.
So I can't think of anything else for Public Works unless I'm forgetting something. Does anybody have any questions on any Public Works items? Chris gave a really nice, I just wanted I've just sent Chris's email to me. I just sent it out to everybody because it was a very good email. And like the last time when he put it in his own words, it has more meaning when it's sent along that way instead of me trying to break it down.
Correct. Okay, then if there's anything on Public Works, Chief, you weren't on here, but you probably should since you were a little involved this morning or this afternoon. Do you want to update on everybody on your afternoon or morning?
Yeah, there was a radio call for a shooting in Harrisonburg on the south end of Harrisonburg, and the suspect was fleeing in a U-Haul vehicle and came northbound, got over on the interstate. And my original intention was to use stop sticks as a way to slow the vehicle to make it easier to get the guy into custody. But when he moved over on the interstate, it kind of took that out of my options. So he ended up striking my vehicle there around New Market, and I was able to get in behind him. Eventually, the vehicle was stopped by a state police vehicle up north of Woodstock. So it being a felony and someone having been seriously injured and the suspect fleeing, it was one of those things where have jurisdiction outside of the town, and I thought it was important to do everything I could to help get him stopped. So it's been a kind of a violent month. We had some bad stuff happening, and unfortunately some things are changing around here. But we're still with it. Everything's good. All officers are good. We got the right training and everything. So.
Yeah, great job. And as always, your officers do a great job. Thank them for us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any questions for the chief? Okay, Nancy, let's talk about the planning commission vacancies, how we want to, and do know we have two people, Chad Falk and Kevin Racy, is that correct?
That's correct. And then I was informed today by one of the planning commission members that there are at least two other people who may be interested in serving also. So. Okay.
Now, in the past, I know we've done it both ways. I think at some point there was an interview process. At some point we appointed as recommendation from the planning commission. Do you think council think we should set up a group to do some interviews, or what's the council's feeling on that?
I would go with the committee to do some research on the candidates.
Okay. Who would you like the committee to consist of? Is anyone? I mean, I'd like to be involved if at all possible. I know AC would be involved. Possibly, I guess, Sharon, you're on the planning commission. Is that enough to do an interview with you guys? Sound okay? Anyone else want to be involved?
I'll be involved.
Okay. That'll work, AC. We can, the four of us can do an interview process when the final two. When's the deadline for that? Is there a deadline?
There is no deadline. We left it open. Once the membership requirement was changed from, we're supposed to have a minimum of 5 members on the planning commission, but it can be up to 15.
Okay.
We never expect to get up to 15, but that's how it's written in the state code. So county attorney modeled it after the state code and used that wording. So
we
move. You're currently on the planning commission.
So we did have, we had 7, and then Stacy moved out of town, so she had to go off. And then Kevin is moving out of town, so he resigned. His was effective November 30th. Greg Gillette has given his resignation notice effective at the end of this current fiscal year, so December 31st. And Ben Wilson has already resigned. So we went from 7 to, if no one's appointed by the end of the year, we'll be down to 3. Greg will be able to participate in this next meeting, the meeting next week, which will be reviewing the sets of plans that I emailed out to everybody, or the links I mailed out to everybody, because that goes into the orchards development. That one is reviewed by the Planning Commission, and the Planning Commission makes a recommendation to council, and council can approve the subdivision on that. Doesn't require a public hearing. The other one will require the public hearing at the council meeting in January. That's for the Roxbury subdivision. So yeah, we're going from 7 down to 3, essentially, if nobody is appointed prior to the end of the year.
Do they have quorum requirements?
It was, I believe, Sharon, correct me, I think we had to have 4 out of the 5, I believe. Was that right?
Yeah.
I believe to
Yeah.
actually conduct business.
So right now, we're not able, or the planning commission is not able to conduct?
At this meeting next week, we will, because we'll have 4. We'll have Carl, Greg, Sharon, and Sarah Berry. So we will have 4. We'll have enough for that to constitute a quorum for that meeting. But then in January is where we're going to be, where we need it to be someone to be appointed, especially for the public hearing at the council meeting.
So we'll have to move relatively quick on getting some interviews and seeing if the candidates are a good fit or not.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming it would have to be this kind of interview online.
That's how I would do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ned.
How is the chairman selected?
The chairman is selected by the membership of the Planning Commission. So they vote amongst themselves to determine who the chairman's going to be.
Any other questions? So I guess AC, let's give them a few more days and see if these other people come in.
Okay.
Then we'll, I'd say we set something up for the end of the year, and let's have an interview process and see if we can get someone appointed to fill that slot, so we don't lose any time on.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions on Planning Commission? Okay. AC, is there anything else, or are we running out of stuff already? I
can't think of any. I can't think of anything else that we need to discuss.
The one thing I know about is I took that FOIA training today, council, and there's 2 places to take it. Only one would work for me. Maybe it's my system here. The one would just load and stop and load and stop, and then I end up watching the one that was recorded when it was a live meeting. It takes 1 hour and 55 minutes of your time, and you cannot fast forward. You don't even know how long it is till it's over. So it takes about 1 hour and 55 minutes, and actually took 1 hour and 45 minutes to get your certificate back. So it actually gets your certificate quicker than it took to take the class. So whenever you get a chance, make sure you take that, and it's going to take you almost 2 hours to listen to it. It was very informative. Yeah, I'll say it's a very informative class, but it's a very long class. Okay. And I think that's all I had noted, AC. I just want to thank as I try to do every council meeting, thank all the employees and the field crew and the police officers for the outstanding job they do. We're proud of all of you. I know in this time, as AC noted on the back of his note, it's a tough time for everyone. Strung out right now, and people are just people are afraid of things, and it comes out in their tempers and their emotions. So hang in there, guys. You're doing a great job. Council, you have anything else before we end this meeting?
Yeah, I would like to thank Bob and Juanita for their years of service. It has been an honor to be with you. We've had our disagreements, but we have remained friends.
I almost forgot. Thank you, Sharon. Yes, it's been 20. I know I've been around for a while and they were around before me. So I think, Bob, you got what, 25 years with us, I think?
Well, 26, but who's counting?
And Juanita, how long have you been with the council?
I'm not real sure.
You were for me, so it's a good 20 years, I would think.
So Juanita was first appointed in 1996.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well, congratulations, guys, for making it all those years, and thanks for all you've done. And we've all challenged each other through the years, and I think we've always come up to in a good place. And I'm proud of both of you, and just thanks for all you've done for the town. And you'll be missed. Ned, did you have anything else?
I was gonna say basically the same thing. Thank you, Juanita, and thank you, Bob, for your service to the council, and thank you for what you've done to stimulate me and educate me on how the town works. I really appreciate that. Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I would like to tell the story of
How I guess started on council.
Okay, go ahead.
So November of 94, and thank you, AC, for sending those minutes out. I'd always had in my notes that it was November of 94 when I started, but sometime before that, Mr. McCauley came into my office when I was working in Broadway, and he asked me if I would fill a vacancy that was on council. And I often tell people, Mr. McCauley has quite the history, and he's not a man that you generally would say no to. So he was the reason that I began serving on council, and it's been enjoyable. It's great to see how the town has grown since then. We've all learned a lot, and I wish everyone, the current members and the new members coming on, the best, and to keep the best interests of Timberville in mind.
Definitely will. Thank you, Bob. Juanita, you want to tell a story?
No, I don't. So he did a good job.
Yeah, Mac was definitely a man that you knew he was there, and if he asked you to do something, he had full faith in you, and he expected you to do it. So, and I miss Mac. Well, I'll miss you guys. Thanks for all you've done. I'd say our council meeting is over, and this meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, John Boy. Everybody have a Merry Christmas.
You too, Sharon.
Merry
Thanks, Sharon.
Christmas.
Blessings to all of you.
You too, Sharon.